The sun may be out, but it's still a little bit cool. Well, as you can see, my coat's here, but I'm sitting on it so I don't get my pants all dirty. This is not a spring chick for Oldecam with OFN with comments on the headlines of today. Bush Sr. to endorse McClain.
Does he really want that endorsement?
The story is not that Bond's typo happened on when he took steroids, but that he tested positive in the first place.
I mean, that sort of makes him a liar.
The 27-year-old man who killed 6 students purchased 2 weapons legally less than a week ago.
Meaning the Democrats have more fuel to take handguns away from everybody.
Obama, the country must do whatever it takes to eradicate gun violence, but believes in the right to bear arms.
He believes the democratic process is that the Democrats believe that only the military has the right to bear arms, not the public.
Industrial output posts weak gain.
And yet they say that they were making money last month.
No recession yet, Greenspan says.
Unfortunately, everybody else says it is a recession.
Huckabee feels all the Romney delegates will go to him, so he will continue to stay in the race to win.
Because he thinks that at the convention there will be a miracle and the people that are supporting McCain will all flock to him.
Udo's party vows to remove Musharraf.
And they intend to remove him one way or the other.
Toys R Us toughening safety standards.
Shouldn't they have done that before?
FEMA slammed for using toxic trailers.
FEMA is not responsible for the fact that the companies manufacturing the trailers use faulty insulating material.
Digital TV shift affects minorities most.
Since most of the people in this country, contrary to their only having one analog set in their house, has at least 5 analog sets in the house, it affects everyone equally.
Danson urges for safer oceans fishing.
Well, his idea of a safer ocean for fishing is you do no fishing, therefore you have a safer ocean for fishing.
Easy answers elude Michigan, Florida delegates. Obama, it would be unfair to seat them. They went to Clinton, which put her in a solid lead.
They've never heard that you can't deny people the right to be represented.
Bush says Congress putting U.S. in danger.
It's an election year and they're not going to listen to anything a lame duck has to say.
Heartland, see boom in biofuel cells. Of course, it makes raising livestock and milk more expensive.
Let's see, so you have less expensive fuel to use, but it costs you more to feed your animals, so everything else costs you more. That doesn't make a lot of sense.
1 in 5 killed in ATV wrecks are children. At least 555 people, including more than 100 children, died in all-terrain vehicle accidents in 2006.
You know, getting killed really spoils your fun.
UN concerned at targeted assassinations.
The UN has never heard of sick-tempered Tyrannus, the Eyes of March. You know, they've been assassinating political leaders since the dawn of time.
Supreme Court Justice Samuel Alito Jr. has convicted the Sopranos of spreading what he says are stereotypes about Italian Americans.
I guess that he would rather have Sidney Poitier playing the Marlon Brando part in The Godfather, Yo-Wong Fat playing the Al Pacino part, and who would play Robert De Niro? Pancho Gonzalez.
U.S. satellite shoot down not offensive.
Nobody in the world buys that one.
Black lawmakers rethink Clinton's support, but race has nothing to do with it.
Well, other than the fact that they say that it's time for a black leader to be president, it has nothing to do with the fact he's black.
Colorado town fears avalanche of water. More than 1 billion gallons of contaminated water is trapped in a tunnel in the mountains above the historic town of Leadville and threatening to blow.
They've known about the problem for decades and have done absolutely nothing to fix it. Now it is going to be fixed by nature.
Judges have rejected an attempt to rearrest a Dutch college student in the disappearance of Natalie Holloway, prosecutors said Friday.
It's easy to understand why they did it, but it's also easy to understand the stupidity in not doing it.
Danish imams
That's Muslim religious leaders.
urge calm as cartoon protests mount.
They're offended by images of Muhammad. You know, they're not offended when they do the same thing with the religious image of anybody else, though.
U.S. consumer confidence drops sharply.
But they are telling us that the economy is on an uptick.
Daytona turns 50 this year.
You know, I guess that's why it's so red. You know, these are the people down there that are expected to elect Obama.
Hormel profit helped by spam sales.
My father told me that during World War II in Europe, they dug up spam that had been left there by soldiers from the First War, and they couldn't tell any difference in the taste. If you're buying spam, you know what you're getting.
I heard it was a delicacy in Florida too. No, not Florida, Hawaii.
Well, they'll eat anything in Hawaii.
Stupak calls for FDA resignation.
Well, considering that the FDA hasn't been doing its work for decades, that's sort of an obvious thing.
Microfiber fabric makes its own electricity.
Have you ever shocked yourself by when you rubbed your pants or shirt? You know, that microfibers had nothing to do with that.
Oh. Pipeline blows up in Texas near border.
Very strange, isn't it?
A Monty Bubbleism from the Mark Twain of the animal kingdom.
That it's easier to lose the weight than it is to look good after you've lost the weight.